up with than they did that resulted in baskets. That's the difference in the game. We don't have a lot of time to break it down right now. We got to get ready to turn the page quickly and get to the conference tournament. So that'll be our focus, to get our guys home as soon as I'm done with you guys and they get showered and changed, and we got to get home, get rest, and then turn the page quickly to get to Kansas City.
Open up for questions. This seemed like a really physical game between you and the Horned Frogs. How did you feel about your team's physicality versus theirs in this game?
They're one of the more physical teams in our league, and then in here, you know how it is on the road in the Big 12. You're looking down, and I think he had 2 fouls there in the second half on them. So they're really physical, and they're at home. So the whistle, or you're not able to get on the line with their physicality. I thought that was a factor tonight. And then listen, we did a good job on the board. I mean, we talked a lot about winning the rebounding war. We did a good job of that. That's a physical part of the game. So we checked the box there, but we weren't able to get to the foul line and put fouls on them. And, hey, you're playing against a physical team on the road in the Big 12. That's what it is. 19 turnovers makes it really hard.
Were you surprised with what they were able to do with Bob and Mustafa?
You just watching the tape, they've been very, very good defensively at getting underneath and trapping the post. It wasn't the surprise that they weren't able to score. I knew they would take 2 to the ball and make that more difficult. The turnovers, not just with our front court, but throughout our roster, I thought that was the problem. We couldn't make them pay for the trapping and the bodies to the ball.
Did it at times feel like the offense you were really going to consistently get was from Jalen and Dede for 31 points?
Yeah, those guys shot it well. Again, defensively, they're throwing 2 at everything, and you got to be able to make the right play, be in the right spots. There's a couple possessions for sure we do that, and we get great shots. We didn't do it consistently enough, and again, we commit 19 turnovers. I don't. Sometimes it's complicated. Sometimes it's not. 19 turnovers. Again, give their defense credit.
Was there overpassing at all? I mean, obviously you give them credit, but I mean it's odd to see Bob Miller with just 2 shots late into the game.
Yeah, again, 2 to the ball. Like every time he comes off a pick and roll, Scott, they switched it a little bit with him early, but they're putting 2 to the ball. Every time that we're in the post, they're doubling the post from the low side primarily. Every time you drive it, it's 2 to 3 to the ball. We have a team that's been pretty good against that throughout the year, and we've seen it because we can skip it over the top, right, and create that domino to get the advantage on the weak side. We weren't able to do that consistently tonight because we turned it over with their deflections, right? And again, I think that has a cause and effect that affects everybody's offense, because now you're not in that advantage situation that you're supposed to be in. So again, whether it's trapping the post, the baseline drive, a couple of times we tried to hit the drift pass to the corner, and maybe the pass is a little off, but we're trying to catch it with one hand. I mean, you can break it down every way from sideways, but they run a bunch of bodies. When you do something aggressively, you have to be able to move the ball to the open guy, then move it again and play off the advantage. We did not do that consistently enough tonight.
You mentioned last year around this time that you didn't feel like you needed to motivate guys to play in March. It seems like this group has that intensity that you want. What's different that's going to help them make that run in the Big 12 tournament?
Yeah, these guys are dialed in. I mean, we had a great 2 days of preparation in our walkthrough this morning. I mean, I can't think of a time since I've been at Cincinnati I've felt that a team is more focused and more dialed into what they have to do to succeed. Again, we weren't able to execute well enough today, but the approach, the mentality, these guys are dialed in. They want it badly. Again, one of my the things I've been trying to do as their leader is to just make sure that we don't want it too badly, that we take some of the pressure off, because they want it extremely badly. So, I'm more worried about getting home, getting some rest with a quick turnaround, Keegan, and they're going to want it badly. They're going to prepare. I'm not really worried about anything beyond that. So we got to get out of here and get some rest, even though, obviously we'll take your time and finish. Please ask any questions you have.
It's not ideal to play on the first day. On the other hand, you can get momentum going. Is that the upside of that?
Yeah, I don't even look at it. I know if we won today, we were going to be the 6th seed, right? So we're 1 win away from finishing 6th in the Big 12. That's saying something. We don't have a losing record in the Big 12. I think that's saying something. But this is a great league, so I think by tiebreaker we're now 9. Is that right? We lose the tiebreaker to West Virginia. Is that right? So I think we didn't necessarily finish ninth. We finished tied for eighth, I'm guessing. Was that right?
Yeah.
We finished tied for eighth. I'm not ashamed of that, especially with the way that we started. But my only focus right now isn't anything other than let's get ready to play one game on Tuesday, and then we'll take it from there.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.